Hello. Hello, hello. Hi. Okay, so today I thought it'd be a good idea to talk about this in a live instead of make a video. In case you guys have questions and I can't necessarily get to everyone. But I've been noticing a lot that people have been having um, trouble when it comes to manifesting and they're not getting any movement. Um, but I feel like people don't get told enough that movement is not relevant when it comes into manifestation. Um, so yeah, that's basically what we will be discussing today. I'm trying to pull up your comments on my iPad because for some reason on my phone, the comments just tend to just go away. Okay, so movement. I want you guys to know that there will be many instances where you will be manifesting something, and even though you may hear other people talk about and boast about how much movement they're getting with their manifestations, that may not necessarily be the case with every desire or manifestation that you want or you are trying to get. I have had plenty of manifestations where there are literally, it's like crickets. There's no movement, no response. There's like nothing happening in the 3D, and I still have, or I end up getting my manifestation. So I think people get discouraged a lot when they're in, sometimes they get that quiet phase. But if I could be honest with you, um, I kind of love when I don't get movement with my manifestations. I would much rather if my manifestation almost always came all together rather than me getting bits and pieces of it in the interim of while it's happening. Only reason is because I find that with me personally, I mean, it doesn't happen so much anymore, but back then I used to pay so much attention to like the movement I was getting, and I would always just like criticize myself with like asking, well, did this happen because I'm not doing enough of this, or am my thoughts going this way, not necessarily in the right direction? I would just have a lot of questions. A lot of questions would be brought up to my head when I would get movement. Doesn't necessarily happen anymore now, but because, you know, I know that my thoughts create. So when I see something I don't like, I don't necessarily react to what I'm seeing. But yes, movement is not something you will always get, but that does not mean you're not getting what you want. A lot of things are happening in the background, a lot of things are being orchestrated in your favor for you to receive your end result. Your ex came back? Oh, that's really good. And he's doing that now. Nice, I'm glad. I'm happy for you. Backwards movement. I've been manifesting my SP back, and we went from talking once a week as friends, now all of a sudden being blocked, and now he's my new Facebook and Instagram. So when things like that happen, it's very important that you do not get shaken by that, because your thoughts are still creating. You don't stop manifesting. So if you were to react to what is happening now, all you're doing is giving that reality more attention than the reality of you and him together and talking and having constant communication. So I feel like don't worry that he's made a new Instagram and you guys are not talking. It doesn't matter. For all you know, this is part of your manifestation. So don't react too heavily on it. You know, that doesn't mean don't feel your feelings, because I always like to tell people, feel however you want to feel just to get them out. But in your mind, you tell yourself everything is happening, everything is going according to plan, everything is working in your favor. Hello. You see getting a new SUV, you see the one you want everywhere. Everything is going You know what, Belle, even though things may not be panning out how you want necessarily with your car right now, I want you to still affirm for your outcome. Continue to affirm for your outcome, because the more you repetitively tell the story that things just keep going wrong with your car, nothing is going in your favor, things will have to pan out in that way because you keep giving it more attention. And you know, I'm not saying it's like the easiest thing to just ignore everything in your reality, because you know, things like this take time and practice. But you know, little by little, start incorporating more better habits with your manifestation. And for me, I think the biggest thing when it came to manifestation was discipline. And it wasn't until I really was like, wow, a lot of this whole like manifestation process really does involve discipline. And so the more I start to get more comfortable with disciplining my thoughts, with how I want them to essentially continuously think, the better I found that my situations would happen in my favor. So it's not something that'll happen overnight, but obviously the more practice you put into it, the more easier it gets. And it does get easier, because I would have never thought in a million years I would be manifesting how I am now. I would always go on YouTube and watch all these other coaches, and I thought, this is just something I will never get up to, because I don't know. I don't know. For some reason, that's how I thought. But then the more you practice, it becomes more doable and doable. And then you find yourself teaching other people. Hello. You're welcome. Oh, another example of like why movement is not indicative of your outcome. This is something that happened to me recently, and it's about like my channel and stuff. For like a while now, I met all my credentials to be monetized on my channel, but I think they found like some email that my brother used. I don't even know how it was associated to my account, but they thought that I had multiple AdSense accounts, and AdSense is what YouTube pays their creators through. It's like what generates the ads on your videos so you can get paid. So they were saying that I already had an account made when I didn't. My brother is a YouTuber with let's just say he has in the millions subscribers, but I do not want to get into that. So they found his account, and they thought that his account was tied to me. So it was just like a whole mess. I don't know how I was gonna get figured out. I just intended, I don't know how this is gonna work out, because they're literally sending me paragraphs saying that they cannot monetize my account because I already have an account made. I guess it's because we shared addresses at one point, so they thought that he was me. Whatever. I didn't look too much into it until, when was this? I think it was like 2 days ago. I just intended that it'll just fix itself. And then someone from like the YouTube, what do you call them? Support team? It was like a support team. They reached out to me, which I don't even think they ever do that. They reach out to creators like that, because you always get sent like automated messages, things that you can't reply to, and you get like no help. And I'm like, you know what, this will get figured out somehow. So I just intended it. Someone reached out to me, and one of the people that work at YouTube, they were trying to help me, and now I think in a couple days my channel will be monetized. So that's small. right? But it's like I went like a couple weeks without knowing how my channel was going to get monetized to it resolving itself. Even when I didn't get no feedback or no emails from them. Yeah. Hello. If you visualize hard enough, can you change your SP's behavioral traits to be different from their... Yes, you can. Also, I don't want you to visualize hard. Don't make this like a task that's like painful. I feel like visualizing should just be something you do to aid in like for affirmations or your scripting. It should just be like short mini clips that essentially insinuate that you have your manifestation. But yes, you can change the traits of your boyfriend and anything through visualization, scripting, or affirming. Does my brother practice? No, he does not. He is like the complete opposite of me. He is so logical. He is so like just like everything that I'm not, personality wise. Tips on manifesting a deleted Instagram back. You can just affirm you're so happy that you finally got your Instagram back. It was so easy for your Instagram to be given back to you. You love how many new followers you have on your IG. You're surprised how easily it was that you got your IG back and you didn't have to do anything. You know, I thought that too. I thought you could have multiple, I don't know. YouTube is kind of weird sometimes. What was the breakthrough where manifesting finally worked for you, and what was different? I think my breakthrough with manifesting came when I started affirming for the things that I didn't really care about. Like I tell you guys all the time, like the blue butterflies or the pink giraffes or the blue hippos, things like that. So I essentially did those so many times to the point where in my mind, I guess the logical part that was there was like, okay, if I could get this to happen consecutively this many times, then I literally have no other choice but to believe that I'm doing it on purpose. So I kid you not, I did this 25 times. Those little manifestations, I managed to do 25 of them. So I did it so much to the point where it's like my brain could not deny that this was working because I was doing it on purpose. My very last one, like my 25th one, was a blue giraffe. Now, I always was used to seeing like cartoons of these little things that were meaningless to me. Like when I would see like a blue butterfly, it wouldn't be necessarily an actual blue butterfly. It'd be like I'd see it on TV or I'd see a sticker of it. But like my 25th one was like a blue giraffe. And I remember one time going into the mall with my friends. I just remember this whole week I was so sick of like thinking about this blue giraffe because I just wanted it to happen so bad. And then it was like a Saturday, my friends asked me to hang out. We went to the mall and then we went through Bloomingdale's and I had to go use the restroom. And literally while I'm going to the restroom, they had like a huge, like a humongous blue giraffe just like decorated near the bathrooms. And I was like so in shock. I still have a picture of it. I think I'll post it on my community tab if you guys want me to. Is visualizing necessary to manifest, or can I stick to affirmations and mental diet? So visualizing is not necessary. It's one of the three techniques that I use to manifest. But if all you did was affirm, or if all you did was script, that would be completely 100% fine. It's not necessary, although I like it because that's just personally my style of manifesting. I like to picture things. I like to visualize. I like to I don't know. I don't know. Since I was a kid, it's always come natural to me to visualize things, to daydream. My imagination has always been like wild. And then obviously, yes, sticking to a mental diet is very important. How can you practice law of assumption if you are super logical? Start manifesting. Start intending to see things. And the reason why I would specifically manifest like animals in specific colors were because if I were to do it consecutively in the colors that I chose, then I know it wasn't a coincidence. And if you do that many times, eventually it's kind of like, yeah, I know I'm doing it. You just keep intending to see things you don't care about until you just know that it's coming from you. I fluctuate from being super rational and super delusional. That's like me. I remember like when I was like a couple years back, I would like go to parties and I wouldn't even ask my mom. I would just be dressed to go to the parties because I just assumed she was gonna say yes. I didn't even like ask her to be let down. I would just like get dressed and know that she was gonna say yes. So that was like that was me being delusional back then. Against my Caribbean parents' will. Is feeling calm about your SP a good sign? I saw him with a 3P and did not react. I felt peace and old me would have. Yeah, that's an amazing sign actually. If you can feel calm while seeing a circumstance in your 3D, that's amazing. That's where everyone should strive to be. And the fact that like you said, you feel peaceful is indicative that your affirmations and your self-concept is changing and it's working. Any tips ignoring 3D while manifesting changes in appearance when there are mirrors and cameras all around? So I would just say use them to your advantage. When you see a mirror, just compliment yourself. Compliment the thing about you that you want to change. Hype yourself up. Get excited when you see yourself in a mirror. When you see yourself in a camera or in a video. Yeah, just be delusional. Just fake it till you make it, and eventually you'll see those changes start to happen within yourself. Please give tips on how to manifest a relationship with someone you follow on Instagram. So it'd be the same thing as if manifesting an SP that you had nearby. This person is attracted to me, they love everything about me. Having conversations with them is so natural. It's normal for us to have constant communication. Those are just some SP affirmations, but at the same time, I want you to do a lot of self-concept because you will naturally just pull them in if you feel, good about yourself. If you feel like, of course you deserve to have this person. Of course, things always work out in your favor. So I would say um, 90% self-concept and then 10% SP. Yeah, 25. I had to do 25 meaningless manifestations for me to finally understand that I was doing it. Now, people may not be this like severe, but yeah. Do you just affirm to manifest or do you set an intention? I affirm, I set intentions, I visualize, and I script. I'm going to do this with winning money on scratch off tickets such as Set for Life. I think we tend to feel we need the money or the chance. Yes, definitely. Yeah, definitely. You could try them on scratch off tickets on lotteries. If you watch any, there was a moment like last year, I think I started watching all the people who were winning the lotteries, and a lot of them, they'll tell you that they literally like imagined themselves winning, they visualized it. Um, a lot of them wrote it down, a lot of them just like knew that one day they would be wealthy. And this all ties back into law of assumption. They assumed that it was going to be theirs, so it happened. If you went through a negative situation or experience, but it taught you a positive learning, if we did revision where it didn't happen, would we still get the positive lesson from it? Yeah. I mean, it's gonna change. Revision will change the situation, but what you take from those situations, I think you keep, right? You keep what you've learned, um, and you adapt. And I don't necessarily think it'll be taken away from you. Just the people involved may have different opinions. If you revisit that situation, if you were to bring it up, people may not remember it, or they might have forgotten it 100%, or yeah. Yeah, visualizing is not necessary. You don't have to visualize. I'm Hispanic. My mom is from Dominican Republic, my dad is from Venezuela. And I was born here in Miami. Any tips when in no contact with an SP? I think my biggest tip would be enjoy the peace that you have without them, because I find that it's more difficult to ignore the 3D when they're in your face. You're seeing them constantly, um, than not having them in your face. So cherish the silence. Know that it's still working in your favor, and that eventually they will conform. I visualize even while I'm walking. I transform a lot in my day. People around me are changing in my terms when I... That's amazing. You integrate visualizing in all aspects of your life. I feel like that's good. Essentially just always seeing things in your favor gives you the best outcome. Did you or anyone here ever manifest a free car? I manifested a large sum of money for someone that they then used to buy a car. I have conflicting ideas about wanting to manifest great wealth. I want to move to the United States and become a billionaire, but I am aware we are heading into very bad economic times. So that'll always be a personal choice of yours, what your desires ultimately end up becoming. But definitely, I wouldn't say to limit yourself based off like ideas that you see like on the news or things happening around you. If you want to become a billionaire, go ahead and do it without those constraints of what you think or don't think is happening around you. Because that's almost like saying, you know how people are like the world is dying and like the world is just gonna cease to exist in a few years. That's like saying, well, I'd rather just stop working now because the world's not gonna exist. So I choose to not pay attention to that and continue on with like my life and manifesting and you know. Hello. Is it enough to know that your manifestation is possible and will come, or do you need to live like your desire is already here? If you can truly stay in the state of knowing that your manifestation is yours no matter what, then yeah, I feel like that's enough. But most people, they're not able to get to that stage, which is why we affirm, we visualize, and we script to eventually change our inner selves to get to that point. But if you can just like hop into that state immediately, then that's amazing. How would you explain COVID or wars? Is it that I'm in a reality where I assume everyone experiences the same, or there are collective realities? I would say both. Both potentialities exist. I like to think that those realities are there somewhere. We just happen to interact in the timeline that we just happen to experience those other things happening as well. Yeah, I always get that people think I'm in Cali. I've actually never been to California. Wait, no, I think that's a lie. I don't remember. The reasons I'm saying I don't remember because I think I had a layover there one time, but it wasn't like I went into the city and like explored. If I'm manifesting an SP, would you recommend me manifesting a relay with her straight away or manifest in steps like a text message and dates? That'll be up to you, to be honest. Whether you want to manifest straight from the end or in steps. But I think what I want you to understand, and something people don't really mention, is one is not easier than the other. Manifesting a text is the same amount of energy you use to manifest a relationship or like the end result with someone. It's the same thing. If it I think it all boils down to how comfortable and the process you want to take. So if manifesting a text first is more doable for you, definitely go ahead and do it that way, and build your way up. But it's not per se harder to manifest an end result. Either or is equally doable. Any advice on feeling strong, worthy about yourself, and not comparing to others? So about feeling worthy, I would say amp up more Self-concept. Um, Truly dig into the aspects of yourself that you just like love. Things that um, you know makes you unique. Um, and I know that can be easier said than done because I know people have self-image, um, things where they see themselves differently in a different light, and they can't easily believe that they're worthy or they're worth it. But I'm telling you, everything is all mental. You are 100% perfect. You are 100% worthy of getting anything you want. No one is above you, no one is beneath you. I feel like we're just all equals. Yeah, there may be people who are like celebrities or of higher status, but that's only because people have put them on pedestals. They're just like us. People need medical attention just like us. They have the same colored blood just like us. Their only difference is that they are more well known. Is listening to affirmation tapes effective? Is it enough to listen to it the whole day and not affirm consciously? I've heard a lot of great things with affirmation tapes. Um, it could be enough to listen to it the whole day and not affirm, but your mental diet still has to be on point. You still have to say in the times where you're not listening to those tapes, you can't go back to seeing a situation in the old way or in the old state because you're giving it attention. So if you can truly just see a situation for the outcome you want it to be and just stay there, it will manifest. Whether you're doing that through your thoughts or you're hearing them being played that way in your affirmation tapes, I think the key is just staying in the end result and changing the story to something favorable. When you were manifesting giraffes and hippos, were you repeatedly affirming them or would you just intend one time? I would do both. I would intend and then I would affirm whenever I remember it. Because there were things I didn't really care about. So I think I would think about them like out of nowhere, just like randomly throughout the day. Affirmations should be repeated every time you think about the desire, right? Yes. And whenever, say, you are trying to manifest something in your favor and you find yourself thinking something negative about it, you want to quickly flip those thoughts, flip them constantly. I actually have a video about like debt and money and paying off large sums of money. I feel like it's all perspective on how you think about it. For me, I think debt is, I see it as an opportunity to give you more time to pay something off rather as something negative. But you can definitely just affirm that more money flows to you easily, abundantly, consistently into your life. So the more money you have, obviously the debt will go down because you will use that money to pay that debt. So I think my biggest tip is never affirm that your debt is gone. I think I would affirm personally for more flow of money. What lo-fi is this? This one is, hold on. I will tell you right now. Uh, Please stand by. This is from the Fear Dog channel, and it's called Pika, the lo-fi hip hop mix. And it has like a little Pikachu with a wig. I mean, you definitely can affirm debt is gone. But just like the mindset people have on debt, just like for some reason brings like a negative connotation to it. And I feel like debt will just remind you of something that you have that's negative. So I think for me personally, I'd rather just manifest more money coming in rather than just think of the word debt. What are you currently manifesting? Something I'm currently manifesting. Um, there are a couple big ones, but like my not so big ones is um, manifesting more like abundance for certain people in my life. Manifesting job changes for people in my life. Um, Manifesting jobs for people around me. A lot of my manifestations are like to help other people. I don't, I find right now that I don't need anything. I don't need like anything severely right now. It's been like that for a while, for like a couple months. I just don't need anything. It'd be nice to have certain things, but I definitely don't need them, which I don't prioritize them. When you work on self-concept and it's working, do you still need to affirm for what you want, or does your subconscious know and it will automatically happen? I would say you could do both. If you're working on self-concept and you're wanting to attract, let's say, a person, um, definitely people will find you more attractive, right, in this scenario, because you are, if you've been saying you're magnetic, you're alluring, you're attractive, people will be attracted to you. So in that case, you won't necessarily have to go out and make any affirmations for a specific person, because you will just attract that naturally through your self-concept. But it doesn't hurt if you want to say actually make affirmations for SP. Advice on abandonment issues. I guess something I could say is affirm that the things that you experienced that you didn't like are the things that you receive the most. Because obviously if you have like this way of thinking about this issue, it's because you've had it happen so many times that it became a habit, it became something constant in your life. So if you affirm for the opposite, in turn you're able to receive what you didn't have, and your opinion about that will change, and it no longer becomes an issue. Favorite personal revision experiences. I don't do revision as often. um I think revision is something I just started doing not too long ago. Yeah, like artists and stuff that become wealthy, well known by like singing through their art and making music. I think it's cool. Yeah, exactly. I have everything that makes me comfortable. I have everything that I need in my day-to-day life to operate efficiently. Um, I don't know. I feel like there is something to be said about abundance that is a necessity, and an abundance that can definitely be wasteful, and then a type of abundance that's just like not something you align yourself with. Thank you. Hello. Yeah, I do agree. When you're first starting out, start with things you don't care about to manifest. Is it possible to manifest seemingly impossible, drastic physical changes? I believe everything is possible. I'm not one to tell someone that you can't do something. I'm open to everything. So, yeah, I do think it's possible. Have you ever had a manifestation backfire? I don't think so. Like in a negative way, no. Hello. Hello. How do you manifest to other people? It's really easy. You just, for example, what I do is I would just say I intend for, then I insert their name, and then I insert what it is that I want to manifest for them. And then I'll continue it with, they are so happy that they received blank. And then that's it. And then I'll usually follow that up with like a visualization of them with their desire or with what I'm desiring for them. And I'll just see like something short, like a clip that's like 5 to 10 seconds, insinuating that they have their desire. Yeah, food is something I manifested a lot when I started. How do you affirm seeing a blue butterfly? You can just say, I intend to see a blue butterfly. And then for some reason, every time I affirm, it is immediately followed up by an image. So whenever I affirm for something, I can't help but visualize it at the same time. So when I just said that there, I saw a picture of a blue butterfly. I'll probably see one later on today. Oh, thank you. Oh, speaking of art, do you guys know anyone that makes YouTube banners? I've been trying to change my YouTube banner. Like right now, what I have on my channel is just like the galaxy and stars and stuff, but I've been trying to get my YouTube name as a banner, but I don't know who to commission or who do I go to. Do you guys know any like people on Twitter that do artwork? Or that can like help me out? If you guys do, please let me know. Yes, my hair is always tied back. You make banners? Oh my god, I really would like a banner. Can you email me? My email is, I think it's in my last video, but it's conjuredrealm@gmail.com. And like if you charge, just let me know. I don't know, like I just want a banner. I think the galaxy thing has just been there for too long. What are my plans for the weekend? Oh, there are a few books I've been trying to read. Do you guys have any good book recommendations? Also, I work a lot. I work a lot with clients and I don't have a lot of free time. So when I have days where I don't have to do anything, I like to catch up on shows and like books and like recreational stuff. Yeah. So maybe I might catch up on like Netflix. People have been talking about that show on Netflix, Inventing Anna. I think that's what it's called. I kind of want to see it. Can you please give me a tip? Because when I constantly, I would say try to affirm more throughout the day instead of just leaving it for um, when you listen to your affirmations at night, because depending on where your thoughts and your mind is, majority of the time will decipher what your manifestations or how you go about things or the way you feel essentially work out for you. So try incorporating more affirmations throughout the day, flipping your thoughts whenever you get something that's not so good pertaining to your affirmation, flip it almost immediately. And you want to keep doing this throughout the day. And yeah, see how that works for you. What do I do if a general tarot told me my SP and I can't be together? I would say don't take the tarot reading to heart, because if they are a good tarot reader, they are essentially just reading how you feel inside your subconscious mind, your thoughts, things like that. Because ultimately, you get to decide what your end goal, your end state, your end result will be, not someone who reads cards or someone that is a psychic. You're the director of your life. No one has control over that but you. How can I find direction in my life? I'd have no direction for what to do in life for over 10 years now. I feel lost. I would say start off probably go in the direction of something that makes you happy. And if you want to work with whatever that may be, um, using manifestation to aid you in making that a profitable business or something that's just ideal for your lifestyle can back you up amazingly. Also, if you don't know what direction you want to head towards in life, you can affirm that you've already found it. When I was in school, I would always affirm for knowledge. I would always affirm for information, and I found that I would always come across someone or something that led me to a resource that helped me achieve or learn something I was trying to learn. So you can manifest information. I haven't read a book since high school. No, I get it. I know a lot of people are not readers, but I think it's fun. I just love the whole like book and coffee house vibe. You know, there's actually a fragrance that I love so much because it reminds me of what books and a coffee house or like a cafe should feel like, and it's by the brand the Replica. It's called Coffee Break. That one and Bibliothèque, I think. No, it's called Whispers in the Library. Those two fragrances, I love them. Replicas, Whispers in the Library, and Coffee Break. What do you think about affirming in different languages? Spanish is my main language. I feel like you can manifest in any language, honestly. Use the language that you're most comfortable in. You've been manifesting an NFT sale for 3 months. Um, I would say just affirm that it finally happened. Use the word finally. You can say, I'm happy that I finally manifested my NFT sale getting sold. People love my NFTs. You can follow that up by like a visualization of the money being transferred to you. There's a specific car that I'd like to manifest in my life. I feel good about it, but I also worry that someone jealous fans. You can always affirm that, you're safe, your belongings are safe, your car is safe. Anywhere you leave your car, it's always out of harm's way. When flipping thoughts, should I loop my affirmations or once is enough? I would say do it as many times as it takes for the negative thought to stop. Becoming supernatural. Okay, I'll give that one a look. Hello. I will answer one more question for you guys. Because I actually have coaching in a few minutes. And I was not aware of this until now. Um, do you have advice on multiple manifestations? Sorry, I was thinking about something. Yeah. Do you have advice on multiple manifestations? You can make. So a rule of thumb for me is if I'm manifesting multiple things, I like to section them out into 3 things at a time. More than that, I find that I can get overwhelmed, and I find that I may avoid affirming for those things if it's too many things at once. But say I'm manifesting 3 things. I will make 2 affirmations per desire, and I'll only have 3 desires at a time. And I feel like looping them throughout the day is a lot more manageable than having 10 to 15 affirmations for, like, let's say 12 desires or 10 desires. Or you could do something where you visualize a scene where you have literally everything you are trying to manifest in that one scene. And that has worked amazingly for me in the past. So you can try that and see how that works for you. But I hope you guys enjoyed your time here in this live. Do you guys remember that coffee shop I was talking to you about last live? I rushed over there because I thought it was going to be packed, and I affirmed that it wasn't. And when I got there, it wasn't. It wasn't packed at all. Actually, they had like a brand new pastry thing that was amazing, which I was so surprised. I need to get the name of what that was, but it was really good. I might be going over there now after my coaching. But anyways, I hope you guys found this video useful. If you have any more questions after I hit end, please leave them in the comments. I will try to get to you all. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day. Happy manifesting.